guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Basketball Ladder, playing under the Championship Battle Rules, which is the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2019 season. So, the last episode wasn't too good for us, but like I said at the end of the episode, we take a lot away from those games. So we're going to take everything we did from those games and make sure that we're kind of conscious of it going into today's game. So I did the calcs on Smeargle as well. So we talked about it yesterday. Oh man, we've dropped below the 1500s. How could we? It's the worst, but we'll be back above that in no time. We've got Elijah as our first opponent today, the United States, and like I was saying with the Smeargle, so the difference with the EV and would have made probably quite a bit of difference on the Kyogre. So it's something to think of going forward for sure when we make changes. So we've got Elijah, very sleepy Elijah, is our first opponent of the day, running a team of Ludicolo, Kyogre, Solgaleo, Tapu Koko, Hitmontop and Crobat. So it's going to be a Tailwind based team alongside that weather. I'd imagine with something like this it's going to be Scarf Kyogre for sure. There's not a lot outside the Crobat, with like Crobat and Koko could have Taunt to shut down Bronzong's Trick Room. We've got Groudon to make use of our weather side of it, and like Groudon does really well against, especially with Gravity up. We've got to be a bit careful with Y-God from Hitmontop, but it hits Solgaleo, Tapu Koko and Crobat for really good damage. So it's something that we want to try and get going in this match, I feel. Right, now, how do we approach this? I think we lead off with Groudon, but we need a nice switch in the back, which could be potentially our Koko, because Koko's not bad overall in this match. So, let's go Groudon. Do we go Incineroar, or do we go Smeargle? Because the Transform could be nice. I'm going to go Smeargle. It's faster, Fake Out user, and Bronzong and Koko in the back. So let's see what my opponent leads with. Are they going to lead with the Kyogre? Or are they not? Because if they don't, we've got the option to always go Transform turn 1 with Smeargle onto our Groudon to make sure that we get the weather control as well, which is another nice mode for the Transform option here. So we're going to see Hitmontop and Crobat come out for our opponent. Can potentially start putting things to sleep, but I wonder, like the old Crobat in 2016 always carried a Lumberry, so I don't know how common that is going into this new season. Right, we are threatened by Fake Out. I think I'm going to take Groudon out straight away, bring in Bronzong, and I'm going to go for a what am I talking about? Spore for as well. We haven't even got Spore. I'll just go for a Fake Out into the Hitmontop. We might see the top switch out into Kyogre and a Tailwind come up for our opponent. But keeping the Groudon in the back means that we've got a little bit of, yeah, there's the Hitmontop withdrawal and the Kyogre coming in for our opponent. Like we said, and the Tailwind will probably be set up from this Crobat. The Fake Out, not going to really make much difference, and there's a Tailwind. Okay. So one thing we could do here is, just to guarantee that we get our Trick Room up, is to follow me with Smeargle in Trick Room. It's just like really aware that the Crobat probably has Taunt, and if yeah, I think we're better off pulling the Taunt away, getting the Trick Room up, and then getting Groudon in. Like we will. Okay, so no. Okay. That's strange. No Taunt on the Crobat, which would have made it easier for us. Like, you've got to expect it though. It was like on every set of Crobat, because it's so fast that it's got inner focus. It's not worried about Fake Out. You can Taunt Xerneas, things like that. Huh. So roll. Okay, Groudon, come on, Groudon. Yes, Groudon. In, unintimidated. Once Trick Room goes up, even better. So that is excellent. Excellent. Which is great. So this next turn we'll go for a Gravity, and I probably want to Swords Dance this next turn. Because we might get faked out. Something might get faked out. But you've got to imagine that the Kyogre wants to get out of here, for sure. But we get the Trick Room up, which is super nice. Let's see whether the Hitmontop goes. It's probably going to go into the Groudon slot with a Fake Out. So it means we get the Gravity up, and it means then we can start hypnosising stuff. Solgaleo going to come in. No switch out from the... Was the Kyogre just going to protect? Okay, so no protect. We get the Gravity. What's this crazy Kyogre doing? Get the Swords Dance, and now we'll be able to just like run through the team. It's just put stuff to sleep as well. Bulldoze. Crazy, crazy, crazy person. Okay. So weakness policy activating. Solgaleo. But we've got +2 Precipice Blades. And we've got Hypnosis as well. So I'm going to hypnotize the Kyogre. And I'm just going to go for those Precipice Blades. I'm going to see the Hitmontop probably come in on that slot. But like, hypnosising it like just takes away any means of it being able to wide guard, which is always nice. So we shouldn't take it down with a plus. Yeah, Solgaleo are going to protect. But +1, I don't think we take down the Hitmontop. I think Hitmontop's too bulky for us to take down. Okay, so there's the Blades to the protect of the Solgaleo. See what we do to top. Oh, we actually do take it down. Crit. Okay, so that's pretty big for us. We take away the Intimidate support as well from my opponent. We'll probably see Kyogre come back in to get the weather control, maybe. Yeah. But we can Hypnosis that slot and just Precipice Blades again. This game's pretty much over, really. I would say, like, from now. Just with how many turns of Trick Room we got left? Yeah, we've got 2, so the Kyogre needs a double protect, and we've still got the option to just switch Groudon out if we want to, if we're in such a really bad position. Got to be a little bit worried about the Solgaleo because it has got its weakness policy activated, but like we definitely underspeeding it in Trick Room. So there's the Kyogre. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Precipice Blades coming out. Should take down Solgaleo and do a good chunk to the Kyogre. Yeah. And then the Crobat just comes in. Because Gravity is still in effect, we should be able to just Precipice Blades once more and then win the game. So leftovers from that Kyogre. And the Crobat coming in. So we should be able to... I mean, we could just Hypnosis the Crobat, couldn't we? Just for the funds, I guess. My opponent forfeit. So very good game to my opponent, but like showing how strong it can be when set up, like with the Groudon in a nice position with the Swords Dance as well, becomes so threatening so quickly. And the Bronzong, when it's not got any terrain to contend with, it makes it so easy to kind of just shut down the threats and pave the way for Groudon to kind of plow through your opponent as well. So good game to Elijah, and we'll move on to our next game of the day. So we might even get 3 in today, and like I said, we're right above that 1500 mark. Still very low now, but give us a little bit of time. I might try and get some games in over the weekend, and we'll try and ladder up. So next week we're a little bit higher, but it is the start. But Diego, contradicting all of that, coming in with 1643 rating, playing a team of Ludicolo, Tapulele, Lunala, Cortana, Kyogre, and Incineroar. So, Trick Room here going to be good, but we've got to be careful of the Lunala because it does threaten our Bronzong along with the Incineroar. I mean, Xerneas isn't too bad here. We've got the Follow Me with the Smeargle. We could just go all in Xerneas mode and not worry about our Trick Room mode. We've got to worry about like the Lunala having Roar as well, which is something we've seen previously this week. As well as that is the Incineroar as well. Okay. Let's go for it though. Let's go Xerneas, Smeargle. We'll probably see the Lele come out as a lead to stop any fake out, or if not, it'll be in the back, I'd imagine. Let's go Incineroar and Groundon. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I feel like we can just plow through. It's weird with Xerneas teams, you kind of, it's like sometimes you just feel like, yeah, I can go all in with it. And it's just then how you kind of play it in game. But I do like Xerneas. Like, I do, like, as much hate as it gets, it is ridiculously strong. Xerneas is just such a crazy move. We're going to see Kartana and Lunala come out for our opponent. So, you could literally just follow me and Geomancy here though. It stops any roll. Spam. And if Lunala does go for a ghost type attack, then I guess I really need to learn what Lunala actually does, because I'm not really like 100% sure on what it's meant to be doing. We're going to see Kartana come in. Tapu Lele come in to get around that. Fake out. It's not going to affect the Lunala though. That's the one, the Lunala, the big bat thing. Shaped like the moon. So we're going to get the follow me. There's a psychic from the Lunala. It'll just take us down to our sash. But we will get this Geomancy off, which is like really nice. And it does show that it is Life Orb, so it's probably not that bulky. So I think Xerneas is going to be able to do some stuff here. We're going to get the Geomancy boosts. Here we go. 2-2-2. And we can just follow me again with Smeargle, sack it, and then just go for a Moonblast into the Lunala. That should be enough to take it down. You would think, as it's a Life Orb one, we should be able to get it. Like we could go transform here, but I think just it's probably we're better off just going for the follow me, pull in an attack from the Tapu Lele. Wide Guard. Okay, trying to catch out the Dazzle. So Solgaleo and Lunala both learn Wide Guard, which is quite a nice option for both of them, considering how big spread attacks are in this format as well. But we're not too worried about it here. We just go for the single target Moonblast into the Lunala. We'll be pulling away any attacks from that Tapu Lele. It goes for a Psyshock, and it will just get rid of the Smeargle. So Xerneas here sitting in a really nice position. We know the Kartana is one option for my opponent in the back, and it's probably Kyogre is the other. You've got to imagine it's probably Kyogre. So Kartana going to come back in. We'll send out Incineroar. Although the Psychic terrain is up, so we don't have the option of a Fake Out, we do get the all-important Intimidate onto that Kartana. And I think here what I'm probably just going to do is just go Moonblast into the Lele and just Flare Blitz into the Kartana. Like, Dazzle's not going to take either of them down, and the Kartana's probably sashed anyway, but we take an attack from the Kartana with Xerneas, even unintimidated, so it's fine. We'll take the Kartana down to its sash now. We're going to see a Tailwind come out from the Kartana, so that's a nice play for my opponent. That puts them in a way better position going into the next turn, because both Kartana and the Tapu Lele will outspeed Xerneas, but at the same time, like, I can just protect and just go Flare Blitz into the Kartana again. We may see the Kartana switch out for Kyogre here, but then the double up into Xerneas is like so tempting if you're my opponent. I feel like you can probably get more mileage off with a Smart Strike and a Psyshock than switching into Kyogre and potentially taking like a Dazzling Gleam. But who knows. But once we get rid of the Kartana, if it is the Kyogre as the last Pokemon in the back, we've still got Groudon to bring in, Disrupt the Weather. And okay, Kartana going to predict the Protect on Xerneas, which is like super nice. So my opponent making some nice plays here. We see Moonblast into the Incineroar, so really nice read from my opponent. And yeah, just procking a berry, so that's fine. And I think we take both attacks from the Lele and the Kartana. I'm going to Moonblast the Lele and Flare Blitz the Kartana. I'm confident Oh, it's a Leaf Blade. Alright. But we definitely take both attacks now. Yeah, we definitely take the SOHK. He says with confidence, sweating at the same time. So there's a Moonblast. Should take down the Lele. Oh, okay. Lele can't to survive the Moonblast. Nice. Okay, so the Flare Blitz gone into the Carton, we do take it down, and like I say, if it is the Kyogre in the back, we can stall at the last turn, Tailwind. For the Protect, switch into Groudon, get the weather in our advantage, and then just let Xerneas do all the rest of the work. And if we can wrap this up pretty quickly, then we can probably get one more game in today as well, which would be super nice, because there's not many times where we get 3 games in an episode. Right, Kyogre is the last one, comes in, brings the rain in. What I'll do is Protect with Xerneas. Yeah, Tailwind ends this next turn, and I'll switch out into Groudon. Get the sun up. And then I think we can just probably Dazzle and Precipice the next turn. Because Groudon's not really in any danger. I like a Water Spout, let's see what it does, like 50%, just above, probably. Yeah, just above 50% SOHK. Ooh, it's into the Groudon. This should proc a berry. Does it? Yes. Okay, so that makes it way easier going to this next turn. And the Tailwind it has pitted out there, so we can just Dazzle and let's go Precipice. Like hopefully, like Xerneas will outspeed Kyogre anyway, but if it's Scarf, like we should take a Water Spout after Dazzling dealing damage, and then we just check the Lele regardless. So we should wrap this one up. No Protect, gonna get the Lele. Do a good chunk to Kyogre. Let's see if it is Scarf. Yeah, probably Scarf. So we'll take the Water Spout. Oof, just about. And a Precipice. Is Groudon gonna be? Oh, it's a crit as well. Wow. Okay, yeah, I did think it would probably do a little bit less damage. Precipice, single target, takes down the Kyogre and very good against my opponent. So we take a win, and we are on 17 minutes. So. Diego, our highest rated opponent that we've had on the channel this week, 1648 I think, so a nice victory there. And Xerneas was definitely the right call for us to go down and just making use of Smeargle. And once the Lunala went down, it was easy-ish until the Tailwind came out, but still it wasn't the easiest, but we managed to get around it alright. So very good, and we've got room for one more, I think, guys. So this might take us up to the 30-minute mark, but that's fine, isn't it? We don't mind that at all, especially after yesterday's episode. Like as much as I'd say, like, losing is fine because you take so much more away from losing matches than you do winning matches. Even though that does make a lot of sense, because it's the losing side of it is where you look at where you want to improve, and we want to get stronger, and you want to improve all aspects of what you're doing. So you take a lot more and you analyze those a lot more, when you should analyze your wins as well, because a lot of the time some wins aren't really wins. You get lucky sometimes, so you need to analyze those as well. But a loss is easier to look back on because you know you've lost, and you take a lot more away from that. So that's all I'm saying, is that yesterday's episode was trash. It wasn't trash, but the results were bad. I hate losing, so it's nice to come on today and get some better results. And hopefully we can round it off with a third win, with a turkey today. So we've got Necrozma, Yveltal, Tapu Koko, Celesteela, Araquanid, and Mimikyu as our next opponent. And Brady boy, or Brady girl, whichever you are. So we're going to see Trick Room for sure, because the Mimikyu and the Necrozma carry Trick Room. You've got the Yveltal, which does cause a few issues for Xerneas, especially if we see it with like Snarl or Knockoff or anything, because it will add speed. Celesteela is a bit awkward as well. I'm going to lead Smeargle and Xerneas here. I am going to bring Groudon, and I think I will bring Incineroar as well in the back. I don't think I want to bring Bronzong. The only other thing I could think that would be good here would be Tapu Koko. For speed control, it also hits the Celesteela for nice damage. But I think between Incineroar and Groudon, we can deal with those not too bad. We've got to be a bit careful with the Araquanid. But as long as we've got the Sun up, it's not going to be hitting as hard. And we've also got Intimidate to kind of reduce that damage as well. So let's see what our opponent decides to go for. And we've also got Smeargle as well. Transform, it can give us nice options. We're in a little bit of a sticky spot. So Celesteela and Necrozma coming out. Our opponent, we probably want to retreat Xerneas straight away, to be honest. It's not really doing too much, and I think what probably, like, let's look at my opponent's team. Like, transforming into Celesteela might not be the worst option in the world. I'm not really too worried about the Necrozma right now. It's gonna go for a Trick Room for sure. My opponent's probably got to be worried about. I'm gonna go for the transform into the Celesteela, and I'm gonna switch in Incineroar as well. So I still think like Celesteela is one of those Pokemon that's actually really good in this format. If you think back to like 2017 and how good it was with Leech Seed installing as well, there are some big hitters in this format. But like at the same time, like Celesteela can win games by itself. There's a Trick Room from Necrozma. Gonna come out. Necrozma, like, it's got that nice ability, but at the same time, like, Incineroar still threatens it with like knockoff as well. So what I'm gonna do, we can have a look. Oh, it's Flash Cannon, eh? So let's Leech Seed the opposing Celesteela, and let's knock off the Necrozma. See, we haven't got as big a HP number as the opposing Celesteela, and we will be faster than it, unfortunately. As that EV spread go, but at the same time, we still wall a lot of stuff with that Celesteela. We can still disrupt our opponent. So yeah, Smeargle. Actually, oh, the speed. Yeah, of course. Ignore me. So Leech Seed coming out. So double Leech Seed the field, and we are going to get a knockoff with Incineroar into the Necrozma. Will reveal an item. Hopefully not weakness policy. Life Orb. So that's fine. Earth Power coming out. Incineroar should take this. It's non-stat. Yeah, like, it's not the best, but it's also not the worst either. I wonder if a Flash Cannon now would get the opposing Necrozma. Will the Leech Seed damage on Incineroar close it? Just outside of berry range. But we could potentially just... oh, we're just outside. Good Flash Cannon. And Flare Blitz that slot. I don't know if a Flash Cannon would take down the Necrozma from this range, but the double should. And if Celesteela does take it down, then the Flare Blitz... okay, so Necrozma is just going to protect. That's fine. I mean, we're probably going to get Flamethrower from the opposing Celesteela. Yeah. It's not doing too bad damage at all, really. Probably puts us in range for another one the next turn. I guess one option we do have is to oh no, we're going into berry range. Is to bring Groudon in now. And with Incineroar, Flare Blitz, the Celesteela, like, we might be able to get it in the sun with Flare Blitz. Let's go for that. I'm quite happy. Like Incineroar should take another Earth Power, but I kind of want to get rid of this Celesteela because it's just going to be such a pain to deal with otherwise. And I'm hoping that the sun boosted Flare Blitz will be enough to get rid of it. It should be. The Necrozma going to withdraw, unless the Celesteela protects it. Araquanid is going to come in. Okay. Celesteela Flamethrower into Groudon. Yeah. take that. Crit. Not so good. Is this going to be enough? This is enough. That's absolutely amazing. Come on. Oh, it's not quite enough. Dang. We do. We get it with the leech seeds, so that's excellent. So the leech seed's still there. Forgot about that, which is brilliant. Groudon getting some health back as well. It's perfect. The Araquanid's still going to be a bit of a pain to deal with because, like, we're now relying on Xerneas to deal with it. We need to wait out this Trick Room. So we could Fire Punch. So we just Fire Punch the Necrozma, which will take it down. And we should take a Liquidation from the Araquanid. And let's bring in Smeargle for our Incineroar. So at least we've got the Intimidate to bring back in on the Araquanid later in the game. And with Incineroar we still got Fake Out support for Xerneas as well. So I'm hoping the Araquanid targets the Incineroar, which it does. Okay. This is ideal. Let's see what this Necrozma does. Now we're going to unspeed it, which is excellent. This should take it down, which it does. Perfect. And Dimensions turn back to normal, which is ideal. So we'll bring in Xerneas now, because we can switch out Groudon, depending on what my opponent's last Pokemon is. And then we've got Incineroar. Let's tap a Coco. Okay. Huh. I'm going to bring in Incineroar. It's a bit risky because we could lose Incineroar this turn quite easily. But I want to get the Intimidate onto that Araquanid. Like, we need it so Xerneas is able to, like, just function a little bit better. White God's got to be something the Araquanid's thinking about to protect that Coco from Precipice Blades from the Groudon as well. So maybe my opponent goes down that route. Let's see. There's a Wild Charge. So Xerneas and Liquidation. Yeah, into Incineroar. Should take us down. Yeah. Okay. The Intimidate coming in handy as well. For the Tapu Koko with the Wild Charge, to be honest. Right, so let us go for Precipice Blades. If the Araquanid goes for a White God, then it means it's not attacking this turn. So that's always going to be good. I would say the double target into Xerneas is going to be a thing now. Wild Charge. Okay, we take that pretty comfortably. Just because of that bulk. We're going to get the Geomancy off, which is super nice. So this puts us in a really good position. We'll be able to Precipice Blades the Coco, take it down, and just leave the Araquanid. So as long as Precipice Blades doesn't miss, we should take an attack from the Araquanid. 100% with Xerneas. It's just about these Precipice hitting. Araquanid avoids, but it hits the Coco. Okay, so that's the one we wanted to hit. That's the important one. We take the Coco down, and now we should be able to win this one out, which is perfect. And then Liquidation into, yeah, Xerneas. Okay, and it does, like, minimal damage in the sun. And now, yeah, we can just showboat, do a bit of Swords Dancing, do a bit of Moonblasting. And we should be able to pick up the Turkey, the third win, and our opponent just forfeits. So we played around that pretty well. Very good game to Brady. And really nice team. Nice seeing the Necrozma as well. It's a really solid Pokemon. And the Celesteela there is super nice addition there as well, which makes it really difficult for some teams. It hits, like, the Flash Cannon, to be honest, I would go Heavy Slam because of Xerneas. Like, primarily because of Xerneas, because it's boosting those special defenses, so Flash Cannon's not going to be doing as much, whereas the Heavy Slam, even though Xerneas is, like, still pretty heavy, I don't know, you're probably still doing more damage with Heavy Slam than you are with Flash Cannon after the Geomancy, and that's what you've got to think about. Even though that Xerneas pretty much isn't going to be doing much to Celesteela anyway, even boosted, so you've got the Leech Seed sub there. So there is arguments for both, but I don't know. I feel like Heavy Slam would probably be maybe a better option. I'm sure Celesteela learns Gyro Ball, but I'm not too sure. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, that's going to be the end of today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always. We'll be back for another episode very soon, so do not miss out. It's 7:30 PM. We'll be back tomorrow with another one, so make sure you don't miss it, guys. Let me know what you think about the games today in the comment section below, and thank you again for tuning in. So until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye!